Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. Happy Friday. In this video, I'm going to show you the buys that I did with my M1 stock brokerage account. What I do is on the first part of the week, I deposit $100. I let M1 do the picking. And in the second half of the week, Thursday and Friday, I pick 5 stocks and put $20 into each of them for a total of $100. And what we're looking at right now, this is my Average Joe Dividend stock portfolio. It's my taxable stock brokerage account. It's about 15% of my current net worth. We can see the 1-year performance. It's up 16.85%. I have it divided into 3 different slices. I'll leave a link below so you can see what those slices are, as well as the percent allocation I have in each of those stocks. But you can see most of it is in the ETFs, which are SCHD and the closed-end fund BST. So what I'll do is I'm going to look at the activity log here. We're going to see what those buys were. And again, it's 5 buys that I picked the $20, but there was a dividend received this morning, $7.10. And what I do with these dividends most of the time is I reinvest it right back into that stock, and in this case with Southern I did that. So we'll see that 710 being dripped right back into Southern, and with these buys we're going to see what the result is to my future dividend income. So first up, the first pick was Illinois Toolworks, $20, and then O Realty, $20. That's a monthly paying REIT. And then 14, I had 4 cents left over in the account, so I just carried over that 4 cents with a 710 and dripped that into Southern Company. And then Starbucks, $20 there. Starbucks has gotten hammered lately. It's in the low 80s, and Starbucks not too long ago was over $100. That's just because of poor sales. I think they'll be temporary. I don't know how long people can hold out not buying their favorite coffee. And then ADP, pick them $20 into ADP, kind of a lesser known. I mean, everyone knows who ADP is if you work a W-2 job. Most of our paychecks are cut using ADP, but they also grow that dividend quite aggressively into double digits, at least recently. And then BST, decided to put $20 into BST. Just paid me recently over $470 dividend. What I did was I used those funds to rebalance the portfolio rather than drip it all back into BST, which I usually do. So just putting $20 back into BST. Same with Starbucks. I did not drip that dividend. I let it rebalance the portfolio, the last dividend that was paid. So kind of doing a late drip and then adding a few dollars to it, about another $12 to get to $20. So next I'm going to go over to a Google Docs spreadsheet. And those of you who have been following the channel, you're probably getting sick of me explaining this, but for those of you who are new, this is how I track all my positions in the portfolio. You can see company ticker symbol, share price, average share price that I've bought into, the number of shares that I own, the current market value, my cost basis, and you can see my gain or loss with each investment. Starbucks, you can see I'm at a loss because my average share price I bought into Starbucks is $89.74. Well, the current share price of Starbucks is $81.80. So you can see, though I am down $53.07, the dividends have helped out some. You can see the $68 in my losses, but it hasn't made up for all of it. So you can see I'm down 3.87%. So you can see the dividends per share paid. For each position, most of my stocks are quarterly payers except for O and BST, which are highlighted in blue. We are in March, so we are in the last month of Q2, and most of my companies are paying in March, so this is going to be a big month for me. We can see the dividends paid so far, $53.39. We can see the last dividend paid was from Southern Company. We're going to see this dividend go up over here. We'll see what the result was of reinvesting Southern Company, as well as those buys with Illinois Toolworks was the first one. We're going to see this jump up. I'm going to put the dividend right here, $7.58. Even though I haven't received it, we're going to see how much it goes up by. And then BST, so the 476.23, that's what it paid me last time. So I just want to show you with the $20 into each of these positions, as well as the dividend drip, what that's going to do here. And then Starbucks, let's go ahead and put that one in here too real quick, 870. These are just temporary because we're going to see what the new dividend is going to be for each of those. And then I believe the last one was ADP, so $3.77. You can see some of these dividends, next dividends, they're highlighted in green, and these are dividends that are $10 and above. So I'm trying to get everything above that $10 threshold, and it's showing in green. Some of them are pretty close to going to that green, like BlackRock. Let's see if there's any others. Over $9. Merck is another one too. So not too long from now, those like Home Depot is another one getting close to that $10 per quarter. Same with Procter and Gamble, also getting close as well. We can see here also that here's the total dividends each position has paid me. So far, you can see SCHD, which is going to be announcing its ex-dividend date and new dividend here in the next couple of weeks. It's almost paid me $4,500. And BST has paid me over $6,800. And I also track the dividend increases. Remember ADP, I was talking about how they have a nice dividend increase. Last November, they increased their dividend by 12%. Nice to see those double-digit gainers because that really compounds, even though 377 doesn't sound like much, but if you have a couple of years of 12% while dripping those dividends and also buying more fractional shares, it's just going to kick up the dividend for these positions. And of course, here's the month in which the last dividend increase was given. VAR is variable. In like Digital Realty, for example, they have not raised their dividend for a little while. It's been over a year, so I changed it to variable. Same with NVIDIA. They hadn't raised their dividend for over a year, but look at their last dividend increase, 150%, but they pay such a low dividend. But you can see the yield percentage is 0.03%, and here's my yield on cost is 0.29%, which is low, but a lot better than 0.03. And the reason is, take a look at my average share price when I bought in a couple of years ago, and how NVIDIA has gone up and up ever since. We can see here a couple things that this tracks is, total market value for the portfolio. My cost basis almost a $50,000 gain, getting very close. We can see here's the monthly cash flow average. This is what this portfolio is making on an average monthly basis, over $903 per month quarterly, and annual almost up to $11,000. So next, what I want to do is I want to update this sheet. Remember, with those 5 buys, Illinois Toolworks, BSTO, Starbucks, and ADP, and that Southern Company drip, we're going to see my dividend income increase as well as the new dividends for these positions as well. We're going to see how those change, and every little, every dollar, every incremental share you buy, it's going to increase that. So I'm going to grab some data from M1, go to the Holdings tab, and I'm going to grab this starting with a name column. I'm just going to do a simple copy and paste, and it's going to automatically update those values on my sheet. There we go. Grab the data, copied it. I'm going to paste special M1 data tab, and it aligns the shares, my cost basis, and the average share price that I bought into. Paste special values only, and it's also going to change the dividend income as well once that updates. We'll go back to dividend portfolio and see if that's done. And looks like it has. So let's take a look at those new values. So for Starbucks, we can see the last dividend was $8.70, but the next dividend is going to pay at the end of August. That's going to be $8.84. We can see that increase. And then we can see over with Southern Company, $7.10 was what was paid to me this morning, but in September 7th, approximately 3 months from now, it'll pay $7.16. And then here with BST, $476.23 is the last, and it's going to pay $476.37. I'm going to delete that out because I haven't received that dividend yet. And then ADP, very modest. You can see it's going to add 11 cents from 377 to 388. And then also here's Illinois Toolworks, the last one. 758 was the prior dividend, and now it's going to pay 770. So you can see, I mean, these are small changes, but it does matter. It does add up. And here's the new monthly cash flow average. We're going to carry the 903.60 over to another tab, and I'll show you that in just a second. You can see the quarterly, and here's the new annual income. So we'll go over to the monthly average dividend tracking tab. We're going to carry over that 903.60. I'm going to put in the reason why as well. Scroll all the way down. 903.60, so I don't forget that. Today's date, we're 7th already, 6/7/24. We're going to carry the last amount, which is the 903.22. And then we'll see what the change to the monthly income. So with the $100 deposit and those 5 buys, so $100 deposit and SO dividend drip. So it added an additional 38 cents of monthly income, and of course it changed the quarterly and the annual by some too. So you can see we're up to 903.60, and you can see the different events that change the income are dividend increases, drips, deposits, things like that. There's a few things that can lower it, and SCHD with their Q1 decrease from 74 cents to 61 cents, and that lowered my monthly income temporarily. I expect that to spring back here in a couple weeks when SCHD announces their new dividend. I'm predicting 68 cents. We'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong and it's higher, but we'll see. I'm pretty conservative, so I'm going to jump over to the dividend tracker tab. I've been doing these videos since January 2021. You can see the starting portfolio value, $18,700. Here are the dividends paid for each month, and you can see it just keeps going up and up and up. And right now, we can see the last full dividend paid was for May, $641.10. You can see the dividend from May 2023. So increasing, year over year. We can see that. And here's the June so far. The dividends 53.39 carried over. Here's the average monthly dividend 903.60. And just in June alone, we've increased the monthly income by $1.61 additional. And that was a month-over-month gain of 0.18%. Here's the new annual dividend, $10,843.24. And we've changed the annual amount of income from the portfolio by $19.36. I put additional $100 in there, so deposits are up to $200. Let's go ahead and take a look at my net worth real quick and close this out. Like I said, my dividend portfolio is 15% of my net worth, and I really don't go over the dividends too much with the other investments that I have, but we'll just take a look at May, just all of my dividends. Remember, I called out the 641.10. That was just from my M1 taxable brokerage account. You can see all these other dividend payments as well as interest from IRA, 401k, counting everything up. In the month of May, all my dividends were $1,431.34. Again, May is a lower paying month for me. You can see back in March, all my dividends, $6,305.84. That far exceeds my current expenses. And let me scroll back over. I'll show you all my investments. I also calculate what the average is. Average monthly dividend of everything is $31.79.40, and that's including my Vanguard IRA and Roth IRA, taxable brokerage account, and my current 401k with my current employer, and an IRA here with M1 Finance. And here's my dividend portfolio that I went over with M1. with that amount, the $244,976. And then M1, I have $800 in savings. Here's my emergency fund with Synchrony. And here's my immediate cash. And here's my home equity, but subtracted out because here's the mortgage on my home. But my total net worth is up to $1,622,128.62. Of course, this is constantly changing. As the markets are live, it's going up and down a little bit as the day goes on. And then here's the breakdown, if you're curious, of what I have in my net worth. 85% I'm in stocks, 8% in home equity, 5% in cash, 1% in bonds. And then pre-tax, most of my net worth is in pre-tax, 61%, and then 39% in after-tax. And if you're looking to retire early or gain financial independence, you want to make sure that you're not weighted too heavily in pre-tax, because that money is a lot harder to get to, and there's penalties involved as well. If you want to have flexibility in your life, I suggest to have this number, at least probably 40-ish%. And of course, what I'm saying is not financial advice, that's just my own opinion. You can see my breakdown here by U.S. and international. Very heavy in U.S. investments. Of course, the top companies in the S&P 500, U.S. companies, they're international. So you can see you have international, or I have an international exposure that way. I also have a little bit international exposure exclusively with like VX US, as well as got some international bonds in there as well. So that's all I had for this video. We'll go back over those buys real quick and go ahead and end the video. Back to the activity log, the 6 buys. You can see them right here. Illinois Toolworks, O Realty, this is a drip, Starbucks, ADP, and BST. Let me know in the comments below what you think about my picks, and also let me know what you're buying this week. Everyone have a great weekend, and everybody take care.